Philander Smith College, author of Black Greek 101. All of the hype around the new black president, people are questioning the relevance of Congressional Black Caucus,
Right.
Black History Month, historically black colleges and universities. What's your reaction to that?
I think historically black colleges and universities will find themselves to be irrelevant unless we have a revolution of leadership. I'm real tough on current leaders of black colleges because everybody's thinking in the same old, sort of like Booker T. Washington back in the early 1900s way, where we're just, playing the violins and we're using these HBCU platitudes. We got a nurturing campus environment, we're all a family, and I've been to too many campuses where that's not real. And so we need to start really, those are good values, but the other thing is that everybody's saying it now. Big white schools are saying we got to nurture an environment. So we have to do something that's very different, and I think it's going to take a new generation of leadership that is in touch with the students, that, like I do as a president, accessible by Facebook. Students can text me, email me. There's not a lot of hurdles because students really want to have meaningful relationships, and I think black colleges are the best places for those to happen. But it needs to start from the top, and we got to get out some of those folks who were just stuck in being, I'm the president, and with the hype on that. And I don't view myself like that. I'm trying to be real with my students who got these real needs. And if we do that, we're going to be relevant. So as you see, black colleges losing enrollment the last couple of years with this recession and stuff, my enrollment is going up. Small school enrollment is going up because students say this is real. It's a real environment.
I had a conversation with Maulana Karinga, and I asked him, did he feel that Kwanzaa was as necessary now, 2009, as it was when he created it in 66?
Right.
A similar question for HBCUs, created in a certain environment that they were in. The country has changed some.
Right.
What do you feel? What's your feeling?
Yeah, no, I think they can be relevant because the issue for me is that there is no one-size-fits-all approach for black students. There are black students who need to be in an environment where every day they can interact and look and with people who look like them. They can be their role models and they can aspire to, particularly with the family situations being so jacked up for most black students. So, their family's messed up and they go to a predominantly white institution and people won't even look at them hardly. So they don't really know how to deal with that. So to have a period of time when you can have those role models and they fill in the gaps that you didn't get growing up, I think it's still very powerful. The problem is, as black colleges, we aren't leveraging the power of that. And that's what we need to do. So I think part of it is really on us. And I really say it's on them because I'm trying to leverage it.
Right.
Yeah.
And your book, Black Greek 101, you're following up with another book. Same question about the
Right.
Black Greek letter organizations. They've gone through all these changes with the hazing and the problems and the national kind of clamping down.
Right.
What is the future for those organizations?
The problem there is going to have to be, there needs to be another revolution, a radical revolution of values, as Dr. King talks about. Because I deal with undergraduates on campuses across the country with this idea now. We don't really recruit people. And so what has happened is the most damaged people on college campuses are looking to join these organizations because it's instant status if I'm a young woman, it's instant play if I'm a young man, and people are drawn to that. In the 1920s and 1930s, the organizations fought over the best people on campus. Everybody wanted the SGA president, the homecoming queen, the newspaper editor. We don't have that now. So we've got to really start thinking, how do we go out and get the best people to join our organizations? There was a point that Andrew Young made a couple weeks ago that I made this observation as well. If you look at the kind of folks that Obama, black folks that are in his administration and people who are on the cusp of being added to his administration, not only are they not HBCU graduates, they are not fraternity men, sorority women, which is different. Even George Bush had as Secretary of Education a Texas Southern graduate who was a member of Phi Beta Sigma. We don't have that anymore. And so now you're looking at this new black power structure that is devoid of the HBCU experience. You look at Supreme Court, Clarence Thomas versus Thurgood Marshall, who went to Lincoln and was an alpha. Clarence didn't have none of that.
Right.
Those are the things, and they're talking about Duval Patrick maybe going on the Supreme Court.
Right.
He has neither. It's a wake-up call for black fraternities and sororities to say, we need to start on that college level, try to get the sharpest people to be a part, and then they'll ascend, because right now, we're getting marginal people who get in a lot of trouble, and they aren't going to aspire to leadership. Well, this country, you look at the civil rights movement, all the major players in the civil rights movement agree. All of them, the four horsemen, as I call them, of the civil rights movement, King, Jesse Jackson, Ralph David Abernathy, Hosea Williams. They're in 4 different fraternities: Alpha, Omega, Kappa, and Sigma. You don't have that anymore. And so that's to me, that's our reality check to say, who are we bringing in our organizations? And not bringing in people saying, I'm joining this organization so it's going to make me into something. As a friend of mine says, you can't make chicken salad out of chicken crap. And that's what we try to do.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Okay.